Hello and welcome to the in-depth series section of Drishti IAS. I'm Aisha, and in today's episode we will be discussing about that Prime Minister Narendra Modi has warned the nation against the digital arrest scam, or you can say the cyber security frauds that are going on and are increasing at a very rapid pace during his Mann Ki Baat radio program. So let us see. First of all, the points of discussion. First, we will be looking at the news. Then, what are digital arrest scams? How to stay safe, what the Prime Minister has said, steps taken to combat scams, cyber security, and in the end, prelims MCQ. Now, this topic is of relevance from General Studies paper 3, that is Science and Tech, Cyber Security. The news talks about PM Modi cautions against digital arrest scams, what they are, how to stay safe. So, what basically are digital arrest? So the news talks about that in the Mann Ki Baat radio program of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, he has said that he drew attention to digital arrest and has warned people against the scams. So nowadays what is happening is, so many people are receiving fraudulent calls nowadays, and these calls talks about that you have been involved in an suspicious activity, or some of your parcels has been held and it contains something wrong, or you have been involved in some wrongdoings and you need to do something to get out of it, and this person who calls confirms that the person belongs to some income tax department or excise department or narcotics department. And in the end what they do is they ask you about transfer of money, because they tell you that while transferring money to them, they can protect you from getting indulged into any of the suspicious activity. So these are digital arrest, and in the end they will, from receiving calls and making calls to you, they will get you to the, you can say, the video calls, and then they will engage you for a longer period of time on these video calls. So this is what is called digital arrest, that you are not able to move out of the situation, and in the end, to protect yourself, you tend to transfer money to these people, and in the end you find out that these calls were fraudulent calls, they are fraud people, and you have not been associated with any of the things. And in the recent scenario, the number of cases of digital arrest are on a rise. So what are digital arrest scams? These involve scammers pretending to be government officials like income tax department, excise, customs. Then they approach potential victims through phone or video calls, through WhatsApp, Skype or anything, and they accuse the people that they have been involved in some illegal activity, and to protect themselves and to get rid of it, they need to follow what these people say. And scammers convincingly make their fake identities seem real. They make fake iCards, they take fake phone numbers, they take fake account numbers to transfer money. Then they use pressure tactics, intimidation and fake documents to put the victim under so much of pressure that the person who is feeling victim at this point of time, he or she comes under so much of pressure that he transfers money to these scammers. Then how to stay safe? What are the points that you need to keep in mind to stay safe? So that is, scammers lie on victims' ignorance of the law. So they basically look, when they call anyone, they basically look for people who are not able to raise their voice against what they are saying, and who does not have much knowledge with regard to it. Then bombarding them with information and making them feel vulnerable and pressurized. Then the Prime Minister Narendra Modi has suggested 3 steps to stay safe of these digital arrest, and these 3 steps are: stop, think and take action. Stop, think and take action. What does it consist of? It means, first, stay calm and do not panic. So whenever anyone calls you, you need to stay calm and you do not have to panic. Be calm, listen to what they are saying and take rational decision on the basis of logic. Then record or take a screen recording if possible, so that you can, when you are on the video call, you can also see who the other person is and you can take a screenshot of it. Then second is, remember that no government agency will threaten you online. they will always ask you to come to visit their office, or they will call you during office hours. It is not that they are going to call you in 6 in the morning or 12 in the night. Then third, take action by dialing 1930. So you need to dial the number 1930 to connect with the National Cyber Helpline and also inform police about such a crime. So as soon as you hear any of it, you need to dial the number 1930 to connect with the cyber helpline and also inform police about the incidents. Then steps taken to combat scams. So what are the steps that have been taken till now, and how and where you can actually talk about or you can complain about the cyber fraud or cyber scam? So that is Indian Cybercrime Coordination Center, that is I4C, Indian Cybercrime Coordination Center, and it is a dedicated wing under the Cyber and Information Security Division of the Ministry of Home Affairs. So I4C is the place, or you can say I4C is the wing which deals with cyber security, cyber crimes or cyber scams. So they are basically the scams which are taking place in an online mode, which are taking place or which are connecting to you through cyber. Cyber means online. So it comes under Ministry of Home Affairs, and they are mandated to tackle increasing cyber crime cases in the country, and which is actually increasing at a very faster pace. So you can actually create awareness in your home also, that if your mother or your father or any of your family member receives these kind of threat calls, so they do not have to take it very, very seriously, and on personal note they can go and complain to police, or they can also dial the number 1930 helpline number. Then January to April 2024, I4C found in India, the Indians have lost 120 crore rupees. 120 crore rupees is what is the amount that between January to April 2024, Indians have transferred to other fake or fraud accounts through the concept of digital arrest, or being in the position of digital arrest. Then it has blocked more than 1000 Skype IDs linked to such activities. Skype IDs or any other online form through which video calls can be made. Then schools and colleges need to spread more information about the issue. If schools and colleges will increase awareness with regard to this topic, then at the very basic level, students will be able to feel safer, and they will be more aware. And if they will be more aware, they will also increase the awareness at their home and in their surroundings. So these are the steps that need to be taken to combat scams. Now let us talk about few of the things which are related to cyber security or cyber attack. So cyber threat actors, if we talk about, so this can be nation to state cyber criminals, hacking, terrorist groups, thrill seekers, or inside threats can also be made. Then what are the regulations and initiatives that have been taken to deal with cyber attacks? So international level, UN group of governmental experts on advancing responsible state behavior in cyberspace. Then NATO Cooperative Cyber Defense Center of Excellence. Then there is very important point, there is a Budapest Convention on Cybercrime, and it is the only convention which deals with cybercrime, and India is not a signatory to it. India is not a signatory to the Budapest Convention, only convention which is related to cybercrime. Then comes India. So initiatives taken by India till now. So IT Act 2000, National Cyber Security Policy 2013, National Cyber Security Strategy 2020, then Cyber Surakshit Bharat Initiative, Indian Cyber Crime Coordination Center, and Computer Emergency Response Team India. So these are few of the things that you need to keep in mind, that what are the initiatives that has been taken on the international level and also on the Indian level. Now in the end, a prelims MCQ, and you people need to tell me the answer in the comment section, and it is a PYQ of the year 2017, and it talks about, in India, it is legally mandatory for which of the following to report on cyber security incidents? Service providers, data centers, body corporates. Then select the correct answer using the code given below. 1 only, 1 and 2 only, 3 only, 1, 2 and 3. So give me the answer in the comment section, and that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Till we meet next time, keep reading, keep writing, and keep subscribing to the channel. Thank you.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.